Hi everyone, good afternoon. Can I get a good afternoon from all of you, please? I know the post-lunch session is a big task on me that's been set up or strapped to my back, I would say. Good afternoon. A little louder, good afternoon. Can we please have a big round of applause for our amazing panelists sitting here? Louder, please. I am hoping and I'm believing you had really amazing lunch. Yeah, good. So, yeah, we are here to talk on how our new power players are leading the community influence. And I'm really glad to be a chair on this session. So, I'll start with you, Tripti. Let's say, yeah. So, you're a content creator and brands place a lot of trust in you. How, you ensure that brands keep placing this trust in you without having the traditional celebrity fame that comes along?
Okay, it's also because I think now the brands also understand that trust travels faster than fame. So when they're reaching out to us, a creator like me, they're not just buying the reach or borrowing the reach, they're also borrowing the credibility that I bring to the table. So for a creator like me, like I think we sit in this sweet spot where we are not a very invisible, personality, and at the same time we are also, not very big name, not a very big name or a big celebrity. So it's not that the audience cannot reach out to me. And the audience has also become very smart in the sense that they call out the hypocrisy like instantly. So if I'm not being honest or true to myself, they'll call it out. So I think that's what brands have also understood now, and that is why they reach out to a creator like me.
Very good. A sweet spot wherein you said how trust travels more than fame. And yeah, about talking about audience, a very relevant point. On the same point, Sarah, I come to you. The same question, especially for beauty as a space, when brands rely largely on representing beauty as a segment. Similarly, how do you maneuver this task of managing content creation without having the traditional fame?
Um, Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and I started creating content with the sole purpose that I don't want to use filters on my videos. I don't want to have to show my skin a certain sort of way. And I think that's exactly what she said, that when a celebrity goes on a TV set, on a movie set, or on a this, they are prone to editing. They are prone to looking a certain sort of way. And growing up, we were conditioned to look at them and want to look like them. What social media allows us to do is to look at a certain person who has a following and be like, oh wow, I can be like this person. I don't have to look perfect. I don't have to have a clear skin. I don't have to have the perfect body type. I will still fit in, and someday maybe I'll also be there. So it's a certain sort of aspiration that the community reaches out for, and that's what content creators bring to the table. They always bring the real conversation. They've brought the real scenario. Today content creators are fearless. If it's a spade, it's a spade. It's a cock, it's a cock. It's not masked into something else. And I think that's very, very important for today's generation. Especially the Gen Z is extremely sensitive and extremely, they call out bullshit like this. They are not going to take your bullshit. So if there's a filter online which is like there on your face and you're promoting a skin serum, they can see it. Back then when we had hair care video ads, they used to be like these smooth hair ads which were like super frizz-free, shiny, absolutely unrealistic hair care ads. Today when we promote hair masks and beauty products for hair, we don't have to, show our hair a certain way. My hair doesn't even look like this naturally. And when I'm promoting a hair mask, I keep my hair exactly how it looks naturally, which is curly. So when I'm showing people that this is what my real hair looks like and it works for this, everyone who has the same hair type can relate and be like, okay, I can fit in, I can buy this product because it worked for Sarah, it will work for me. So there is no more that extra editing layer that is there. Of course, when it's a TV commercial, there's a certain sort of expectation. But now I feel like with time, people, even the TV commercials are becoming more realistic. And I think that entire revolution was brought about by social media. So as a beauty creator, being real, being honest, and being unfiltered is extremely pivotal to how I've built my community. And that's exactly why brands trust me. They know when we partner with Sarah, she's not good. She's going to tell us if the product doesn't work for her also. I'll directly message the brand and be like, guys, this is not working for me. Maybe you should go to somebody else. So that honesty has to be there with both the brand and the community you've built. So yeah, I think that is the main reason what sets apart creators from the celeb marketing.
Yeah, very relevant, staying relatable, authentic,
Exactly.
and understanding your consumer. The core of it. Good. Moving to you, Saloni. Yeah, I've myself been following your work on mainstream. So, having said that, you've worked across mainstream media, entertainment, and also you have a very strong online presence. So, how does your traditional fandom vary from online presence, and have you ever been surprised by your online audience?
Yeah, every day. I mean, what we used to do back then, that entire industry was very different. It was mostly like one way. Like we used to do our job, seen on TV, people liked you, they didn't like you. It was all from a distance. Like we didn't used to meet them, or they didn't, comment on their televisions and like write whatever they would want to write. So we didn't know how they feel or what they do, except we go to an event. So it was very one way. But when social media community came, like people have the right and the power to do everything. Like they talk back, they comment, they roast you, they correct you, they love you, they do everything, and it's all over the internet. And I mean, that was a very big shift for me as well when I started making videos on Instagram. And what surprises me the most is, how emotionally invested they are in your journey. अगर मैं हर वीडियो में एक नेकलेस पहनती हूँ और एक वीडियो में मैंने वो नेकलेस नहीं पहना, तो सम और द अदर पर्सन विल मेक श्योर टू पॉइंट दैट कि क्या हुआ, आपने आज नेकलेस क्यों नहीं पहना, कुछ हो गया है क्या, कुछ सब सही है ना. And I used to I made a comedy video, and I was getting, first time in my life, I was getting a lot of trolls for it. And I wasn't ready for it, so I just turned off the comments, like, नहीं सुनना है मुझे. So they made sure कि वो दूसरे वीडियो में जाके मुझे make sure करे कि please turn on that comment box, you want to comment there also. So, there are so many surprises. It's been a fun journey to live both lives.
Nice, awesome. Moving on to you, Darshan. So, yeah, following your singing. When brands approach you, how do you do the creative fit assessment? And has your, singing or music community ever influenced your decision in this?
So I would say for now I have been posting my videos now for so many years. So at this point I know what will work on my page. So a few times randomly people DMs me saying I think your next video should be on this point or this song. So and also they comment something I think you and this brand could do something this really aligns with your page. So I mean wow, they people really the community is so nice here. And for an example, I recently did a video for Nivea, and I created a jingle for them. And they came up with an idea we want to display this in your video. So I just explained them we can do this and this can really work. So we did it and it worked really well. And the brand also loved it that they came again for another video. So we did again another video and that also did really well. So yeah, this proves how much community matters to you. And there are so many times I have also turned out for so many brands and said no, that I can't do this because it feels really forceful to the audience. And I mean, yeah, that the trust is more trust matters more to me rather than having more deals. So yeah, that's the main.
Got it. So moving on to you, Manish, as a content creator, you would see a lot of influx and increment in your followers and your audience. How do you ensure that you stay authentic and relatable without being overtly branded or having a lot of branded content?
Right. Hi guys, my name is Manish Kharage and thank you so much for having me here. With regards to authenticity, of course, as a creator to start off with, I think it's very important to kind of stay true to yourself. I know it's the cliche, but it is as important as, you know, the other things are. But it is very important to be authentic, to be yourself. And I think what's more important is to, you know, keep that going for a while, because in the, you know, in the circle and in the loop of just creating, writing, acting, editing, you do tend to kind of get stuck in that loop and move a little bit away. Like, it comes to a point where you kind of unknowingly move away from being authentic and try to kind of fit in with the trends and, you know, fit in with what's going on. But as a creator, I think from time to time, it's important to kind of just sit, just reflect and see if you are doing what you used to do and you are following the path that, you know, you once had when you started off. So another thing I think is important is to continue staying authentic, but at the same time diversify yourself as well. Like, I was talking to Saloni about the same a while ago, that in a creator's life, like especially mine as a comedy creator, there does come a time where you have to do something different from what you've been doing from the past. So I've been making comedy content since I think 2.5, 3 years. So I think I've come to a point where I want to continue doing comedy, be authentic to myself, but in a different way. So now that can be either, you know, coming up with new formats or coming up with new characters in my genre, but again staying true to what I do. So I think it's more about, you know, being authentic while experimenting with your own authenticity. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, I think there does come a point where you have to realize that how can I be authentic and do something different at the same time.
Got it. Got it. So same question to you, Tripti. As you also see, because both of you are content creators, how was your approach different or similar to what Manish would do in order to remain authentic and relevant and not be overtly branded?
So I think, like Manish said, like being authentic and at the same time trying new things, experimenting is the way to go, because audience or the followers, the fan base, they want to see different aspects of your life. So I keep trying new things, I keep trying new characters, and sometimes they fail, sometimes it's a miss, and sometimes people like it, and then and सबसे interesting चीज़ ये होती है कि it's not just like comment box जहाँ पर वो opinions आते हैं, it's also like they can reach out to us via DMs and they can tell us, we like that video of yours. And with me, I think this happens more often. People have opinions and they share it via DMs more than in the comment section. Like in comment, when they're commenting, they'll be like, okay, yeah, emojis or like laughing or whatever, if they like the content. But real opinion or real feedback will come via DMs. So I really like this about my community because they like my content, they'll tell me, and if they don't like my content, they'll tell that also. And they keep me humble, they keep me grounded, and sometimes I feel like okay, so recently I made this content where I did Rishta meeting with a corporate girly, and I thought it was very, like in my head, I thought it was very intellectual or very intelligent, and it might not land the way I have it in my mind, but it did really well, and I was like, I was underestimating my audience or my fan base, but yeah, every time I come up with a new character, I make sure that I'm authentic, because it's not about making sure to keep it authentic, because otherwise you cannot survive on social media. The relatability should be there. I think I always strive to be very, very relatable, although I make comedy content, but that relatability, I come across as a very Kaleshi girlfriend. Most of my content are like that. So, and sometimes I don't like yelling, or I don't like doing it very often, and I want to be like this very different kind of person who's very soft and very, loving, but they don't like it. So I have to be Kalishi girlfriend all the time, most of the times, of course. And then I, of course, try different characters as well. So yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Cool. So coming to you, Saloni, a lot of your content has comedy and cultural nuances in it. So do you see audience engagement going up when there are a lot of regional and cultural references in your content?
Yeah, for sure. When I started making videos in Marathi, I got to know a different kind of audience and different kind of engagement I saw on my page. I mean, most of them didn't know that I was Marathi because most of my work has been Hindi. So it's a very new take for me as well as for them to, explore this genre and pick characters from families and moms, and especially when I do Sobo Girl in Marathi. And people won't expect her to say those big Marathi words like "Hey tar ashak kya hai," and so they go crazy behind those words and they start commenting those words on that video. मतलब मैंने लिखा भी नहीं होता है caption में कि अपना favorite word बताओ या क्या. That's something that they've done on their own. So I think making content in Marathi has been amazing because I walk every day in my house and I'm like, content. So I make videos on my mom. When my dadi is here, she's so excited to come in that video with me. So even brands reach out to me for my dadi as well. Brands like Indulekha and brands like those, they want my videos with dadi. So yeah, that's it. They relate to those videos, and I think we share some shared trauma or some shared things that Marathi people do in their households. So yeah, that community I love, and I love making videos on things like that.
Cool. Coming to you, Manish, they say creative liberty comes as the first priority. So as a content creator, how much creative freedom are you given in your content when you collaborate with a brand, and do they really respect your opinion?
Right. Of course, creative liberty does come first, but I think when it comes to collaborating with a brand, it's also important because after all, it's a collaboration, right? Like you do have to make what you've been making all this while along with what the voice of the brand is as well. Like I'm not saying this only because there are brands sitting here. This is actually something that I actually believe in as well. But I think very basic things, right? From the point you get the brief from the brand, I feel a lot of times as a creator, you do kind of just rely on maybe your agency or your manager to take care of the brand side. But I've always believed in kind of communicating directly with the brand, because very minor miscommunications can just lead to unnecessary back and forth. Sorry. So I just feel from the brief itself, if the creator is as small as just doing a quick call or having a briefing call, understanding what exactly the brand wants, I think a lot of questions are answered there itself, rather than coming to a point where you have made a video, you have edited, and then the brand says, no, this is not something that we wanted at all. And that's a result of not having that quick call or not having that brief clear in your mind. So I believe in a lot of clarity, and if there's clarity in, I think, all phases of talking to a brand, be it talking about the brief, talking about the script, I think it's easier. And then coming back to the question that does this hamper the creative liberty? I feel if communication is done well in time and in all phases, I think it's a byproduct of your creative liberty. Like if you communicate your ideas well, of course, if they're good, they're gonna get convinced. So I think the byproduct is that the creative liberty there itself, kind of the issue gets solved. So in short, I think just communication is the key, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I actually sit on the other end, on the brand end, so yeah, I'm able to relate to what you're saying. Very valid, very nice answer. Coming to you, Darshan, you have audiences engaging across platforms like Instagram and YouTube. How does the audience engagement vary across platforms?
So as I said, I have been posting videos for so many years. So on online, people usually interacts with me on the comments, likes, DMs, and reposts. That's the most of you can do online. But on the live performance, like I have done quite live performance on the colleges, few colleges, and some events. So like seeing people sing back and react live and exchange the energies is like feels surreal. That's so great to have. And actually people like interacts with me the same way as they interacts on the online, so that's the best thing about me, and that's why actually people call me for the like events and colleges also. So yeah, I'm so like grateful for that love. And coming back to the questions, like I don't think, for at least for me, it's like it's same for me, like both online, offline even. So yeah, that's really great.
Okay. What about you, Manish? Do you see any difference in audience engagement across platforms?
Yeah, for me, it's been a little different because the type of content that I make is I try to cater to a bigger range of age groups. So to sum it up, I make like family-friendly comedy content, which can be consumed by school-going, college-going kids as well as their parents. So for me, it's been a little bit different because since YouTube has a much younger audience, because a lot of kids have access to their parents' phones and consume YouTube Shorts. I think the type of content that I make has catered more to YouTube than Instagram, whereas Instagram for me slightly has been an older audience. So actually that's a plus point for me because it gives me that kind of option to make different content for different platforms. So it's even easier for me. It's even easier for me to kind of experiment with different content. Like one can be for YouTube and one can be for Instagram. So that way, I feel I'm privileged to be present equally on both platforms.
So you're saying the consumers.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Coming to you, Sarah. You again, because of the beauty segment, what does the community personally mean to you in this beauty segment, and how do you evaluate your brand fit in this community?
I think community is everything for me, not just in the form of beauty, but everything I do. And just like Manish said that he has a different community on YouTube and Instagram, I experience a very similar thing because my YouTube is an older platform. I was there 8 years back when Instagram wasn't even a thing. You just posted pictures, you posted updates on Instagram that, hey, my YouTube video is live. So, back then, YouTube was always the long format platform to share like 20-minute product reviews, 30-minute makeup tutorials, and all of that has now become concised into like a 60-second or so. Now everything has to be conveyed in 60 seconds, but I still genuinely feel, and now I even see it in metrics, that you can maybe make a person aware that, okay, hey, this exists through a 60-second video, but only when I then go ahead and do my yearly favorites or monthly favorites or products I loved this month and organically fit that brand who anyways did a sponsorship with me in those videos. That is when the conversions really happen, because now on YouTube you have tagging and shopping and you can easily track how many people are buying through your videos. So that conversion metric is big on YouTube, and your community trusts you because they can sit with you and watch a 40-minute video. And Instagram scroll is okay, I know this girl exists. Like if a person who follows me on Instagram has met me in public, they'll be like, I've seen your video somewhere. But if somebody from YouTube has met me, they'll be like, oh my God, how's your dog? How's your mom? How's this one? That relatability and that connect you made with that YouTube family is insane. And the fact that they sat and watched you for 30 minutes, now they can trust you and know what you'll recommend, know your word of mouth is valuable. And I think with the kind of brand collaborations I choose, I need to keep making sure that my trust is legit. Like that is extremely important, especially in today's date and age where so many brands have come in. Every day we have a new skincare brand, a new makeup brand. It's important to go back and see if they really are legit, if they really have products that make sense. Whenever there's a new brand on the market, I have a cooling period where I for personally want to try it myself, but also want to see what the community has responded. I never go ahead and take a launch campaign where the brand has just come in the picture and I'm the one who's first advocating for the brand when I've not even used the product. I never do campaigns like that unless it's like a HUL or some big company has launched a brand and I know I can trust the parent company. Because a new brand can go either ways and I don't want my trust to go dip with the brand also if it didn't turn out that way. So I think it's a completely a two-way street, that if your brand is trustworthy, you recommend that product works well for the audience, they come back to you for a recommendation, and that cycle keeps going on and on. So that's extremely important.
Got it. Cool. Coming to you, Saloni. Once again, a question on, so having worked in your mainstream media, how do you ensure your digital content remains authentic, relatable, and you have your own personal voice to it?
Again, you know, like in comedy circus or the reality shows that we used to do, they used to write the script, they used to pick characters for us, make us rehearse and choreograph our acts, and we used to just, you know, rehearse and perform those characters. But here on social media, like, I have built it on my own. I have chosen the characters that I want to do, I write my own concepts, and so everything is very different, and I think that's the main reason to be raw and organic, if you've written and you've chosen your characters on your own. And I think observation is the most important thing for me. The moment you're able to like observe the smallest things in the room, and like we all know about it but nobody talks about it, and then one person posts a video and then like yes, even I observe that. So I think that's the major thing for me. And for brand videos, the moment like my video looks like an ad, my audience disconnects with it. So you know, some things go right, some things go wrong. I'm still learning, but I think observation is the most important thing for me to stay raw, real, and relevant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Coming to you, Darshan. So, looking ahead, do you think niche music communities will have more value to brand associations than, you know, mass popularity?
So like I would say you can't just like ignore one of the community. Like they both plays really important role, and they both puts like their each value in a different way. So yeah, like but sometimes it also depends on the brand. Like if it's a premium brand or like if they want to specific or like specific audience to target. So yeah, like they have options like just to target the mass audience or just the niche one. But yeah, for a longer run, it's like really important to have the both mass and the niche audience. So yeah.
Got it. So coming to the last session, the last question of the session, coming to you, Tripti. Have you ever had any campaign wherein the traditional KPIs like reach and views were kept aside and there was more focus on what the audience are saying, how are they commenting or DMs? Have you ever had any campaign like this?
Yeah, I think, okay, what happens? Brands come to us because they can buy reach. They can go to so many big influencers if they want reach. They come to us, I think, because of that hyper-targeted and that trusted credibility that we have to offer. So yes, it's always more than, you know, metrics. It has to have meaning. The content has to have meaning. So you know, when it comes to any brand collaboration, and I think the brand has to understand this also. So these brands come to us कि अरे I love your content, I like your content, आप ये करती हैं, आप वो करती हैं, but जो हम चाहते हैं ना वो ऐसा चाहते हैं. तो okay, you've come to me because you like a certain type of character that I play, but that you don't want that character. You don't want me to play that character. So they sometimes like change the tonality, the tone of the kind of content I create for my audience, for my followers. So I think that has to change the dynamics between the brand and the content creator in that sense. And coming back to your question, so there has been many, you know, content or campaigns, so to say, where, you know, I've received amazing response from the audience, from the followers, whether via DMs or in the comment section. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि for the brand and for content creators as well, the win-win situation is when they say कि अरे ऐड भी हो गया और पता भी नहीं चला. तो वो is something that like I feel कि हाँ, I've done something really nice here. Now, in particular, there was this one campaign. So it was around Mother's Day. And I lost my mother back in 2016, and I prefer not to talk about her publicly. Although my followers, people who follow me, they know about this, and they know so many aspects of my life and things. But like I don't feel comfortable talking about it. But for that particular campaign, when it came to me, and I remember we were having this briefing call, and I was like, okay, so you want me to say these things about my mother, but like she's no more, and like I cannot talk about it like this. So they said, okay, then this will be a different angle, but we want you to do this. And I was skeptical. I wasn't sure because I never spoke publicly about my mother's passing away, or like whatever I felt about it. So I did that campaign, and I was skeptical maybe people will see through it and they will be like, acha, so you're using your mother's whatever situation for this brand collab deal for money. And I was really very uncomfortable and skeptical. But then people started sharing their experiences, and people started having a conversation that made me feel comfortable, that made me feel that, okay, जो भी मेरी लाइफ में है, I can absolutely share with my audience. जिनको unfollow करना है वो unfollow करेंगे, लेकिन जो मेरे साथ हैं वो trust करके मेरे पास हैं. And I think I can show, a bit more what I do in my life, or what I have, or what I am. So yeah, that campaign stood out for me.
Really heartwarming. So with this, we come to the end of this session. I would say for me, because I sit on the other end, I am from the brand and being a true marketer at heart, this has been a true eye-opener for me, and it's been a learning experience to understand how each of you evaluate your platforms, go about creating content, and then honing it from there. So thank you very much for your valuable time. It's been a really great experience chairing this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.